Hey, what's up? John Sonmez from simpleprogrammer.com. So a few of you have been requesting that I do a book review on this book called Cracking the Coding Interview. You can check it out here. It's written by Gail Lackman McDowell. Anyway, it's a really good book. I actually highly recommend this book, even if it's beaten out my book on Amazon consistently. But this book is one of those books that you just need to have and need to go through if you're going to be going through a coding interview. And the reason why I say this is because that knowing how to solve these kind of algorithm type of problems and how to use data structures and algorithms effectively is really critical to passing a coding interview. Now, you might not like coding interviews. You might not like the fact that Microsoft and Google and Apple and a lot of big companies are going to use these coding interviews, but that doesn't change the reality, which is that you need to know how to solve these type of problems, or if you're given one of these type of problems, these algorithm type of problems, as I call them, that you're able to solve the problem if you want to pass these interviews. Now, you don't have to interview. You don't have to go to these companies. You can avoid coding interviews if you want to, and hopefully you can find another job. But if you want to get through the door, if you want to get through the door at like Google or Microsoft, you're going to have to learn this stuff. So you might as well check out the book and learn the stuff that's in there. So Cracking the Coding Interview, I read through this book, and it has a lot of good advice. It starts off talking about some kind of soft stuff that you might find useful for learning just how to conduct yourself in an interview and the types of interviews and how to format your resume and things like that. But then it goes right into the technical aspects of it. So it covers pretty much everything that I could think of that you need to know, from data structures to the different types of algorithms. And there's not that many of them, right? But once you know how to solve those problems, which this book shows you how to do, then you're going to be able to be confident and be able to go into those interviews and solve those problems no matter what they throw at you, because there's only so many variations of those same types of problems. So I definitely recommend going through the book. It has also a lot of problems in there. So if you go through this book, the right way to do this is to go through it by solving these coding problems as you work through this book. And if you do that, then you're going to get the confidence, you're going to get the ability to be able to actually pass a coding interview. So this is a book that, like I said, I highly recommend just because of that. Now, there is another aspect to this. Obviously, it's more than just hard skills. So I actually wrote a book called Soft Skills, Software Developer's Life Manual. You haven't checked that out already. It covers some of the more career stuff and more the life stuff. So I think Cracking the Coding Interview is a good complement to my book. I didn't cover any of the technical stuff in my book, but this does, and this will give you that knowledge. So you got to have both sides, right? I will be honest with you. You're not going to pass an interview just based on technical knowledge. So definitely check out. If you haven't checked out my book, by the way, go to simpleprogrammer.com/soft skills, or you can just search for soft skills on Amazon, and you can get a copy of that book, and that will probably help you as well, especially in the career section and how to market yourself. But back to the topic here, Cracking the Coding Interview. I highly, highly recommend this book. You should definitely get this book if you have any ambition of getting a job where you're going to have one of these coding interviews. If you've ever had trouble trying to pass one of these interviews, I mean, if you go through this book honestly and you do the work and you're willing to spend the time, and yes, it's going to take you some time to go through and do this, it's almost guaranteed that you're going to be able to do these coding interviews, these whiteboard interviews, all this stuff without the kind of struggle that you may have had in the past. And it's going to be worth it, honestly. It's going to be worth it to you if you're serious about getting a job at like a Microsoft or a Google or IBM, Facebook, one of those big companies where you're likely to encounter this. Definitely check out the book. Again, Cracking the Coding Interview. You can get it here. And if you like the book, let me know, leave a comment, and I will talk to you next time. Oh, don't forget to click the subscribe button if you're watching here on YouTube. If you're not on YouTube and you're watching this video, you can go to youtube.com/simpleprogrammer, or you can just go to simpleprogrammer.com if you want more videos that I do on career advice, life advice, on getting that job, improving your career as a software developer. All right, I'll talk to you next time. Take care.